killed Liz. I killed the teen dream. Deal with it. I killed Liz. I killed the teen dream. Deal with it.
Hello to my party people. Welcome back to another reaction. It's me, your girl. No, just anyway. I thought, because she has been on Weight Watchers multiple times publicly on her channel, right? So I thought we would just take a gander at some of the times that she's been on Weight Watchers and some of those videos, since it's super relevant for right now, with her going back on Weight Watchers for at least the third time publicly. So I thought we'd take a look at the last time she was on Weight Watchers. This is her video on how to get started with Weight Watchers. Now, I'm not sure if this one is sponsored or anything. I guess we'll find out organically as we watch the video, because I didn't watch this. I've never seen this video before. So this is going to be my first time watching it with you guys. I did some quick math based on her gastric bypass surgery video. She said that when she was on Weight Watchers, she lost 50 pounds and gained 70 back. So if we take her 389 start weight and we subtract 70 and then add 50, we get 369. So in this video, she's somewhere around the 370 mark, which I will say, she's kind of looking this way now. Maybe now, but see, this is why it's hard to tell, right? Because she even said that, and I'm going to put that, I'm going to get to that soon. Okay. Because she did say in a video that just because you gain the weight back and you are your pre-surgery weight, you may not look the same. And I think that is the case for her. I think she's a lot heavier than we can see. One, because she uses filters out the ass in every facet of her life, unless someone catches her in the wild. But two, because of the surgery, because of her tummy tuck, I think maybe her weight distribution is a little bit differently. I don't know. I'm not really sure how exactly that changes, but I do know, because I have a few friends in my real life who have had surgery. I've known people, acquaintances and stuff, and they have gained weight, and not necessarily gained all of their weight back, but there's one person in particular I know who gained her weight back, but we don't really chat anymore. Anyway, but they do look different, gaining weight back. So I'm not really sure what the, whole thing is with that, but that is true. So she's right about that. So here she could very well be weighing the same weight that she's weighing now, because we all know she's not weighing no 311 pounds. Like, you can miss me with that. But yeah, in any event, how she looks today in 2025 is not far off from how she's looking here in 2020 and 2021. So yeah, I have chatted with you guys enough now, and just run my mouth. Oh, one more thing. Well, two more things. First of all, thank you guys so much. I'm so close to 400 subscribers. Excuse me. You guys love me so much. No, but I am so freaking grateful, you guys. I say this so often because it's true. I cannot express my gratitude enough to you guys for just hanging out with me and listening to me chat and just be kind of a little bit bitchy and super snarky. It really means a lot that you guys like me, not that you like me, you know what I mean, right? That you guys are enjoying the content. That's what makes me happy. And because I'm enjoying making it so much, knowing that you guys are enjoying it, it just really gives me a lot of joy. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. I cannot believe we are almost to 400 freaking subscribers. How crazy, okay? I don't remember what the other thing I was going to say is now. Oh, thank you guys for letting me know that you're cool with the longer content. That lets me know, what kind of content to do. And also, I hope you don't mind that I'm always blabbering about like nothing or just ripping into Alex, because sometimes I like to talk, sometimes I like to be chatty, and today is one of those days. Like, this will be my third video for today. I think I'm gonna try and do 2 videos every day. But yeah, this one's gonna be the third one that I am recording today, so I am just really blabbering on. Let me stop and get into this video.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We do so much fun WW content and beauty, fashion, vlogs, all that fun stuff here. So if you have been following me, you know for, I don't know how long it's been, since about mid-April, I've been back on WW.
Okay, so this is July 2020. I just went and checked the video. This is July of 2020, so little over a year from out from her surgery, and like what, a month later from the video that will go up before this one, and like 3 months from the October video of her running, just to give a timeline. So we can see that she did lose a good bit of weight, because she does not look the same in that video as she does here. The other thing I wanted to say is, like, her eyeliner is super on point, and I freaking love it. I wish she would even just do like eyeliner when she does her makeup, because she just does nothing on her eyes, and that just, how boring. She spends so much time on her face. And also, like, the bronzer is really dark, and you can tell, like, she's desperately trying to chisel her face, but it's, like, not working. So she's always been, like, a lot with the bronzer, I think.
And really enjoying it. I ended up making a second Instagram account just for WW content, recipes, just like my little health journey.
You know what I found really odd about her second Instagram, because I was like kind of over there, like, as she says, perusing, and her content, if I remember correctly, like stops around this time in 2021, so like around the summer of 2021, which I find very interesting. She doesn't, it's literally only Weight Watchers. She's not, like, she went through this whole gastric bypass and that whole health journey, and there's like nothing on there about it. Isn't that interesting? Like, your fucking handle is a healthier Alex. Why wouldn't you share your bariatric surgery and like bariatric must-haves and stuff on there as well? I don't know. I just found that kind of weird.
I post there pretty much every day, multiple times sometimes, but I love that community and it's just so much fun. But I've been getting a ton of questions on, can you do a video on how to get started? A complete intro for beginners, because I get tons of questions every day about WW. Where do you even start?
You guys think she'll do another one of these videos? Since it's been about 5 years now, well, almost 5 years in a few months, since she did this video, and I'm sure there's been things on Weight Watchers that have changed. I mean, she said herself, there's lots of 0-point options that she didn't see on there previously. So, you guys think that she will redo or do a new video, or she'll just refer people to this video? I'm curious.
So I literally have my notes here. I tried to get everything down for you guys on how to start. Disclaimer, I am not sponsored by WW. I am just genuinely so passionate. This top.
Okay, well, that answers that question at least, provided she's being honest, which I'm assuming she would have to be honest to some extent about that. Has she ever been sponsored by WW or Weight Watchers? I don't recall.
This little strap keeps falling down. I'm just genuinely passionate about this program because it just gives me structure and helps me create healthier habits.
Oh, see, that's a load of bullshit, because if that were the case, you wouldn't have lost 50 pounds to put 70 pounds back on, and you wouldn't be 5 years later going back on Weight Watchers to lose another 150 pounds. So, or actually, it's not even 150 pounds. I think her goal is 250, which is still about 100 pounds overweight for her, I'm sure. I'm gonna have to look that up and see what her BMI ideal weight should be and how much her being 250, because, like, guys, 250 is not that far away from where I am now. 250 for me is not an ideal weight, and I'm 2 inches taller than her. Like, it's not terrible for me. I mean, look wise, it's not terrible for me, right? But I do not want to be 250. Like, and somebody who's 2 inches shorter than me should not want to be 250 either. That should not be your goal.
To create a healthier lifestyle. I did a whole video, which I'll link down below, kind of explaining why I got back on WW and explaining how it works for me.
So she's done a why I'm going back to Weight Watchers video before. Interesting. I wonder if that video is still up. I'll have to see, because if it is, that'll be the next reaction I do.
I have been plus size my whole life, but I went through some really dark things a few years ago and ended up gaining 75 pounds, and I just wasn't feeling healthy anymore.
Oh my God, this is like she copied and pasted her current video, her gastric bypass video. She's literally been saying the same fucking thing this whole time. That is so wild to me. And also, so she's 369 here. If she gained 75 pounds, that's what? Guys, I'm really not good at math and it's late. So let's just say 70, because that's so much easier. So she was 295 at one point a few years ago, I guess. That's still more than 100 pounds overweight. Okay. I don't know when she was 295. When was that? Was that when she was with Alan, or shortly after Alan, or before Yar? When was that? Because she just says the last few years. Anyway, I can't believe how similar this shit is. Like I told you guys, I fell off of watching her for quite a while. I think I stopped watching her in like 2017 or 2018, somewhere around there. It was shortly before the pandemic. And yeah, then I didn't start watching her again until I think 2023. So there's a good chunk of time that's missing, and this is one of those videos from that time. So I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I am, but I'm not, because she lies and like says the same shit over and over again constantly. So on one hand, it's like, wow, this is literally just a copy paste. But on the other hand, it's like, well, what did you expect?
Like, body positive to me is like loving your body through it all. I still loved myself through being heavier, but I just didn't feel healthy anymore. And I wanted some form of structure and just help creating healthier habits. So the cool thing is with WW, it is basically they rebranded with Weight Watchers. There are different plans now. It's a lot more versatile. There are options. So it basically kind of like eases you into healthier eating habits. But the cool thing is I never feel deprived. I never feel hungry. But we're gonna tackle all of that today. So if you're excited to learn how to get started on WW, then keep on watching. Okay, so let's just start off with signing up, the cost, how to get started. So as I said, I've been on this since mid-April. I've currently lost about 32 pounds when I'm filming this. If you want to follow my journey personally, follow that Instagram account.
Okay, so she's gonna say that she lost 32 pounds. Now, if we take the math that we did earlier, we started 369. Her saying that she lost 32 pounds, then she's 337 here. I don't believe that. I don't believe that she's less than 350 here at what we're looking at. So either her weights, the starting weights, are not correct. My math could possibly be off. Like, I know the 369 is correct because I did that with the calculator just to make sure. My math could be off, or, you know, Alex could be lying. Really, any of those things are likely. But yeah, I don't believe for 1 second that she's below 350 here in this video.
So I'm just currently looking at the WW website right now, and they actually have a deal right now, free to join, free month, and a free cookbook for a current offer. But I think that'll probably be over when this video goes up. So I pay $19.99 a month and I do the digital plan. So you can, when you sign up, you can either do the digital, you can do the workshops plus digital, or you can also do coaching plus digital. So the options are basically, do you want to kind of do it just all on your own via digital like I do, aka you're just doing the app by yourself. If you want to do the workshops plus digital, you'll go into a WW center and weigh in every week. If you're someone who kind of likes more of an in-person, person-to-person vibe, sometimes you need that and you need a physical support group. Or you can do the coaching plus digital. So there's like coaching on the app and you don't have to go into a center.
So this is Alex's problem, okay? She absolutely needs to do the workshop because she needs to go in and have somebody weigh her and tell her, no, love, this is your weight. This is how much weight you should have lost to be on track. Honestly, at this point, I feel like someone has been needed to step in, okay? Someone in her life who supposedly cares about her. I would think her husband, who loves her endlessly, would not want to watch her kill herself with food. But hey, you know, I guess we can't all marry winners. At this point, I kind of feel like she needs to go to like a fat camp. You know, a la Biggest Loser, something like along those lines, because I feel like that's the only way she's going to be held accountable, because this bullshit Weight Watchers with her using the app, we're already seeing her abuse it. We're already seeing her do it wrong. And honestly, I feel like Weight Watchers is just kind of a load of crap. If you do Weight Watchers and it works for you, whatever, that's great for you. I personally feel like the macros are super important rather than counting points and assigning points to random shit. Like, I don't know, calorie counting is super easy for me. I think it's super easy in general. The macros part is a little bit, because in the past I've done keto and stuff, and that part is a little bit more confusing for me, like trying to figure out how much sugar does this actually have, you know what I mean? Like, that part's kind of crazy. But the macros and ingredients are really what I try to focus on, especially when I'm giving anything to my daughter. I am so strict. Like, I'm very, very much an ingredient reader. It unfortunately means that it takes a long time to go to the grocery store sometimes, because we want to try something new. You gotta stay in there and read all the ingredients. So yeah, but she absolutely 100% needs to go in. At this point, she needs to like be locked up somewhere so they can make her lose weight. Because her being at her house, being in such close proximity to her, you know, substance choice of addiction or abuse or whatever, it's not working for her. She needs to, and I know it's super unrealistic now that she has a child. She should have done this before she had the child. She needs to go somewhere for like 3 to 6 months, maybe even a year, so she can get these healthy habits ingrained in her, like, so they're like, you know, like when you run drills so much that you can do it in your sleep, like you can do it without thinking about it. It needs to be that for her. And I just feel like short of that, she's never going to be successful, because she has an addiction.
I don't really know how the centers are working right now with COVID, but there are different options. I've done such a long thing to say, I've done it before. I've gotten pretty familiar with it. So it's pretty personal depending on what you feel will work for you. If you feel like you can kind of handle it yourself, I think the digital is just fine. You still get access to all these recipes, the whole app, the community on there. There's so many different ways to connect just on the digital app. There's a whole community with posts, and it's a very positive, uplifting space, which I really like. Okay, so let's say you sign up. I know this is one of the biggest questions I get. What the heck are the difference between the plans? So there are 3 WW plan options. There is purple, blue, and green, and that kind of goes in the order from like the most flexible or the most 0 point foods to the least, but I'm gonna break them down for you. So starting with purple, they have 300 plus 0 point foods. It includes potatoes, whole grain rice and pasta. The thing is, if you kind of struggle with overeating carbs, this might not be the best plan for you. Okay, oh my God. So because it has so many 0 point food options, it starts with a smaller daily smart point allowance. So on WW, you are given a certain amount of smart points every single day, and that will be individually calculated based on your height, your weight, goals, and age, things like that. But the very minimum amount of points that you can get on purple, as I said, is 16. So it feels a little bit low, but that's because there are so many, the highest amount of 0 point food options. The next one is the plan that I am on, and I really, really love it. And I find that a lot of people I follow on their WW journeys online are also on blue. I love the blue plan so much. It's kind of like a nice little middle ground. So this is actually similar to their freestyle plan. They kind of renamed it there. So this has 200 plus 0 point foods, and it's mainly just fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins, some beans as well. I find that there's a really solid amount of 0 point foods. Like, I love if I feel like I want to go out to lunch with my friends and like eat something that's not fabulous, but it tastes fabulous, but it has a lot of points. You know, for dinner, I can make myself a really low or even 0 point meal with like some grilled chicken and some sauteed vegetables. You know, there's always something you can eat. Like, you can never just not eat. And that is crucial for me because if I'm hungry, like I want to eat.
Okay, so based off of what she's saying here, now I know things have changed according to her most recent video, but based off what she's saying here, it sounds like she is on the purple plan in 2025, which I find very interesting because she struggles to eat carbs in moderation. She should have no carbs. But also, Alex, you could stand to miss a meal. You could stand to miss several meals, in fact. That's, you had gastric bypass surgery. You can stand to miss a few meals. Even if you are hungry, you don't have to eat. Okay, you have some water until you're full. Call it a day.
It's kind of like the perfect balance of freedom and accountability. Like, it's a really nice middle ground. Not trying to sound biased, but that's the best plan for me personally. So the minimum smart points for this is 23. So I'm pretty heavy. I get 40 points a day.
Oh my God, I'm so glad this is in here. Like, I had my fingers crossed, guys, when she started talking about the points. I was like, please tell us what your points are, please. She's getting 40 points here. Okay, like, I can't... The excitement in my voice right now is because this is solid proof that she's fucking lying today in 2025. In 2020, she's getting 40 points, and she is well over 311 pounds here. Even by her own calculations, she would be almost 340 pounds. In 2025, she's getting 43 points a day. Now, we can say that, maybe they adjusted the points. I highly doubt they adjusted that much in 5 years, especially since the rebrand had already happened. if you guys are more knowledgeable about WW, please let me know if like the daily points have changed that much. I don't know. I've never been on this stuff. But that means that today in 2025, she's not 311 pounds. Okay? She's lying. She gets 43 points. In 2020, she's claiming to be less than 350 in 2020, and she got 40 points. In 2025, she's claiming to be 311 points, and she's getting 43 points a day. The math ain't mathin', y'all. It ain't. Please. I fucking wanna... God, I hope Alex sees this video. I'm calling you out, girl. I'm calling you out. You're a liar. Step on the fucking scale. Like, go to the doctor's office and have them weigh you. The a la 600-pound life, because we need to see this for real. Nobody can believe you. Nobody can believe anything that comes out of your mouth when it comes to really anything, but especially your weight, because of shit like this. And what the scary thing is, okay, is we don't even know how transparent she's being here in this video that we're watching. This is crazy and wild, and the information, oh my God.
And then you also, side note, get weekly points. So you get some weekly bonus points as well, which I always save for date night. I get an extra 40 points a week as well.
Okay, so again, here she's getting 40 weekly points, and in her video, she showed us that she gets 48 weekly points in 2025. I fucking told you she was lying. She's lying. She's lying. She's lying about her weight. I mean, we all knew it, right? Well, except for, people who believe her, which I don't know why you're believing her still at this point. Please open your eyes if you believe this woman. She's fucking lying to you. I don't think the points have changed that drastically. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the points have changed that drastically. And I've seen a lot of people calling her out already, saying that you don't get that amount of points under 350 pounds. It's because she's not. She's not under 350, guys. She's 374. Okay, she's 374, and she's fucking lying. She's fucking lying. Even if she lost her 4 pounds, she's 370 pounds in 2025. Prove me wrong.
You can kind of either sprinkle those throughout your week, use them all in one sitting if you want. They're your bonus weekly points. You can have rollover points if you don't use them all. It's pretty great. So I go on date night with my husband every Thursday, so I always save my points for that night because, I might want a margarita or some dessert or, to eat some nachos. So I love that I can use my weeklies when I want to. That is on all plans. And then finally, we have the green plan. I feel like I see some people on the green plan as well. I rarely see people on purple, but that just might be my own experience. Comment down below what plan you're on if you're on WW. So green has the least amount of 0-point foods. They only have 100 plus. I know it's still like a lot. And because of that though, they get a higher point allowance. So the minimum starts at 30 smart points a day. So this one has a bit more structure since it has the less 0-point foods. Sometimes I'll post a recipe and certain things will be 0 points and someone on green will be like, oh, that has points for me. So again, for me, I like the blue because it's just like kind of in the middle.
Not for nothing, if this is still how Weight Watchers is, it kind of sounds dumb, like having the 3 plans this way. This is dumb, okay? Whatever. Whatever. Let me know if you guys are familiar with WW, if they still have the 3 plans like this. Is this still the structure? Are the points still the same? Have the points changed? Are you getting more points than you used to? Whatever. Please let me know in the comments, because if nothing has changed, if it's still like this, then she's fucking lying and we got her.
But that's how it works. I will leave down below some links with all the 0-point foods, and you can kind of just figure out what works better for you. Like if you like a lot of the 0-point foods in your plan and you feel like you can structure your meals mostly around those to keep your lesser amount of smart points a day intact, that might work for you. But if you're kind of confused and don't really know where to start, I think starting in the middle ground at blue would be a good place to start. And then you get kind of acquainted with your 0 point foods, and I like it because it helps me build those healthier habits. Like I can fill up a meal more with some 0 point, like lean protein, more fruits, more veggies. Like it just really helps you thrive. Like you learn that your body can thrive on healthier based meals.
Oh, but you didn't learn that, Alex. You didn't learn that because in just a little over a year from this video, you're having gastric bypass because you're almost 400 pounds. So tell me again how Weight Watchers worked so well for you and how it's going to work so well for you now.
And it's almost kind of like macros in a way. I might be totally wrong on this, but I get asked a lot, like, is this like calorie counting? Do you count carbs? It basically takes every food on WW. Like you can even plug foods in if like it's not in the system, but literally almost everything is. And you put in all the nutrition facts and it will calculate it to points. So it's basically like taking the macros of all those, you know, nutrition facts, whether it's sugar, protein, fat, and all of that, and it will calculate it into points.
Or you could not be on Weight Watchers and just calculate the macros yourself. Like, you don't need to do points. You could literally just count the macros and like find out what for your healthy weight, what your macros should be, and then just do that. Like, there's so many resources out there.
And I really like that because I feel like back when I was tracking calories long ago, you just get so calorie obsessed. And, you know, there are some things that have a high calorie but are really, really good for you. So when you're on the app, when you first open it up here, it's really easy to navigate. It's literally, you just have your points, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks. You can track your water. You actually can earn rewards as well. They're called wellness wins. And as you earn them for consistently tracking, weighing in, staying in your healthy eating zones with your smart points, you will earn points. And then they have like rewards, like you can donate, you can get gift cards, you can get a wallet, you can get gift cards to more things, a Bluetooth speaker. Like it's pretty cool that they have those. And then there's also a community button down at the bottom. So you have your point section, your wins, community section, and then there's also 24/7 live coaching. So you can join different groups in the community section, which I really like. I joined in my 20s, my WW Blue, and it's a really positive space. Like it's really, really, really great. I don't have mine public. I just kind of like to do my own little thing in here. I post pretty much everything just on my WW Instagram, but I will say the app is extremely easy to navigate. Like there's not much to explain here. There's a barcode, you can scan all your foods. And if you are out eating at a restaurant and you can't find the restaurant, they have a ton of restaurants already programmed in the app. So when you're eating out, there is no confusion. But you know, if you go to like a wing place and it's like a local wing shop, but you don't know the points, you can plug in like, you know, like Buffalo Wild Wings and just kind of compare. Those points will be pretty similar, but they have a lot of option. Basically, there's never a point where I don't know how to track something. So I want to talk about some ways that I use the app and I feel like in the most effective way.
So I know she said she wasn't sponsored in this video, but this feels so heavily like a commercial. So I wonder if she wanted to be sponsored or if she's ever worked with them before, because this feels like an advertisement for Weight Watchers. Like I feel like I am watching a Weight Watchers infomercial, or I don't know. I feel like I'm watching somebody who's sponsored by Weight Watchers. Am I wrong?
One tip I have is tracking in advance. I think that makes a huge, huge difference in the day and kind of not ending up struggling like, oh my God, like I hardly have any points left. What am I gonna have for dinner? So I really like to plan, and this ties in with grocery shopping. So one of the questions I got in my Q&A is how has my grocery routine changed? So this happened even before I got back on WW. I started doing my grocery shopping pretty much every Sunday or at the beginning of each week, and I would plan ahead for my week. So I'm constantly seeing like amazing recipes in the WW community, like all these amazing hacks. Once you like follow some people on Instagram, like you're gonna be shook how many secret little hacks for low point recipes of everything delicious.
Weren't the hacks part of her problem though? Isn't that why she didn't, I mean, she lost the weight, but isn't that why like it didn't stay off? I don't know. It did, why? It's so frustrating and funny and sad all at the same time.
So I kind of seek those out, write things down. What do I need? Soon I'll be doing a video about all the staples you need in your house for WW, so subscribe for that. And I have done a few what I eat in a day on Weight Watchers. I kind of plan out my groceries like that. I plan out my breakfast options, my lunch options, my dinner options, and then it's nice to even write them out for the week. Like it's really helpful to stay organized, and then every day I will track each day in advance. Like, what am I gonna have for lunch? What am I gonna have for dinner? What am I gonna have for dessert? 'Cause,
This sounds so much more exhausting. Like, you might as well meal prep and plan at this point, because I don't like thinking about food this much every day. Like, is it just me, or does this seem obsessive? Like, how is this any different than counting calories and obsessing over the calorie count?
I know y'all love dessert like me, and I love that I can have dessert. There are so many different options, and there's a ton of recipes too. Like if you're just craving chocolate chip cookies, down on the explore section of the app you can click on recipes and you can just explore recipes. You can search for recipes, literally anything. Like the other day I was craving mac and cheese. I type in mac and cheese under the discover recipes. There are recipes. Like you can literally find a way to make anything WW style. So that's why I really like this app. They also have down at the bottom 0 point foods, more about the blue plan. You can shop tools. You can look through restaurant points. Like they have all the tools you need just right here within the app. So also at the top there is an activity section and you can get fit points. They also have some workout classes here, how to stay active at home. You can see all the workouts tracked, which is very cool. So I get questions as well on how do I track my fitness, because I post that quite a bit on my Instagram. So I wear an Apple Watch. This is the Series 5, and I really like the activity watch face. I can see how many calories I've burned, how many minutes I've worked out, how many hours I've stood. I love closing my workout rings. If you know, you know, it's an addiction.
If it was that much of an addiction, you would be skinny, okay? The only addiction you have is food and shopping.
But it's just a great way to make sure you're staying active throughout the day and hitting all of your goals. I hope I'm not all over the place. I know this is a lot of information to retain, but I'm trying to just touch on everything with starting. The bottom line is how to get started. Just get started. Just try. Follow supportive pages on Instagram so you can get some recipe ideas. Really take some time and explore the app under like the recipe section. Get to know what your 0 point foods are for your plan. Kind of get acquainted with some staples in the house. Again, I'll post that soon, but there are so many videos here on YouTube that people post and so many Instagram pages. Tracking in advance is huge, and you'll kind of eventually learn routines with your groceries. You'll learn the staple products that need to be in your house. You'll kind of develop like a solid set of like 10, 15 meals that you love to have in rotation that are delicious. So it's kind of like just finding your groove. Be patient with it and be patient with yourself, and just know that like in time it will get easier, but it's totally doable and I really like the system. I'm just going to touch on a few questions I got sent in on the Q&A on my Instagram. How to deal with emotional eating and cravings. I think that's a great point to use your weeklies.
And the mystery is solved. Did she really just fucking say that? It's a great point to use your weeklies so you can emotionally eat. Not that you should get therapy, not that you need to work through it and figure out why you're emotionally eating, that you should use your weeklies so that you can emotionally eat. Okay.
I think there's kind of ways to curb your cravings. You know, like I said, in the recipe section of the app, there are recipes for everything, a ton for baking too. Like I've literally made like a healthy carrot cake. I don't know if it's called healthy, but like WW friendly carrot cake, cookies, brownies. I've made it all. It's delicious. There are certain ice creams you can buy. I love Enlightened, that's my favorite. I love Halo Top too, but Enlightened is even better. And if you have emotional eating, this is something I've talked about before. I gained a lot of weight simply because I was emotional eating. I used food for comfort for a really long time.
So it's funny, but it's also really sad knowing that in a little over a year from this point, she will still have been emotionally eating. For what reason, we don't know, because she's so happy, right, with Yar. Doesn't that strike you guys as odd? That she's so happy with him, and she has this wonderful marriage and this man who loves her endlessly, and yet she ballooned up to almost 400 pounds and then had to get weight loss surgery and then still gained weight. She's still emotionally eating. And it's just so funny that she's trying to sit here and actually say that she's not. That I was emotionally eating for a long time. You still are. You still are. To this day, you still are. That's why you're 374 fucking pounds.
So on a little side note here, if that's something you're struggling with, I would definitely recommend seeking help for that. Like, I went to therapy, I talked through a lot. I wouldn't say it was necessarily like emotional eating therapy, but working through my problems, I kind of figured out that hole I was filling with food and comfort.
Well, it sounds to me like you're not done with therapy. So you need to go back, you need to take your own advice, go back to therapy, because you're not done. Because you've told us over and over and over again how you still had that hole, and now you're trying to fill it with a baby. Except for you got a little boy instead of a little girl, so it doesn't fill the hole, does it? And motherhood isn't everything you thought it was. It's not all it's cracked up to be. So it's still not filling the hole, is it? Unbelievable. Go to fucking therapy. You need help. Nothing is going to work until you figure out what it is that's triggering you to emotionally binge eat. You are eating yourself to death. Please go get help.
So I think if you struggle with that, it's definitely something to kind of work towards first before just like jumping into WW.
I would think it would also be something to work on and, maybe not necessarily be completely healed, but have a handle on before you have gastric bypass surgery. Because then what happens is a couple years later, you end up being the same size and going back on Weight Watchers. Like, girl. Oh my God.
Kind of work on your mental health first and figure out like, why are you emotional eating? And then go from there. So work on the inside first. With 0 point foods, can you eat as much as you want? No. With some fruit and vegetables, for the most part, you can eat as much as you want, which is awesome. But there are some 0 point foods where if you go over a certain amount, it will eventually add points. So like when you're doing your servings, like a half a cup might have 0 points, but if you go up to a cup, it might start having points. So just be aware of that. You'll kind of learn as you go how much has what. Do I plan meals ahead? Yes, I touched on that. What is my favorite WW recipe of all time? Probably my buffalo chicken dip. It's featured in a video I'll link down below. Oh my God, it's so, so good. What's my favorite WW dessert? I really have been into ice cream lately. I really love the Enlightened ice cream. Ooh, also, I found a recipe from this girl. I put it in my last vlog. They're these pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, you need to follow that Instagram account. Do I ever feel restricted? Literally not at all. I can go out to eat. I can cook fun meals. I can have dessert. I don't feel restricted at all because I love food. I'm always going to love food. I've come to that point. Like, that's another reason I love this program. I could still eat.
Okay, but that's the problem. You don't need to eat anymore. You know what Dr. Now would tell you? He would tell you that you've eaten enough for 4 years. You don't need to eat anymore. You need to be restricted. You need to be restrained. Yara needs to put a lock on the refrigerator at this point.
Like, I did Jenny Craig when I was like, I don't like toxic diet culture at all.
Is this real life? Is this real? This is real? She really said this? For real? She really said this? Are you fucking serious? What? Because they rebranded to WW instead of Weight Watchers. Literally Weight Watchers. So now they're not toxic. You're the one who brought up the whole thing about fucking Oprah coming out on the stage with the fat in the little red, Red Rider fucking cart thing. But you don't think Weight Watchers is part of the toxic diet culture? Where am I? What planet am I on right now?
I don't feel like this is like that. I think this is genuinely a lifestyle change, but that's just me.
It's a lifestyle change, huh? It's a lifestyle change, and yet after this, you went on to have gastric fucking bypass, and here you are 5 years later going back to Weight Watchers because you gained all the weight back. You've got to be kidding me. Again, what fucking planet am I on? Because I can't possibly be on Earth. She cannot possibly be on Earth. Where are we? What? Oh my God.
You're allowed to have your opinions, but this is the only program I would ever do. Toxic diet culture is absolutely disgusting. Like, I did Jenny Craig when I was like 16. I lost 40 pounds. You're only eating like processed, frozen foods, like.
Okay, in all fairness, I don't know what she's eating during this time of the 2020. But I know what she's been eating for the last 2 years, and it's processed frozen bullshit. So what the fuck is she talking about? And I love how she says she would never do any other program. You had fucking gastric bypass surgery. Ma'am, that is a program. It's called a bariatric program, but it's a program. Okay? Oh my God, you guys. I'm so glad I decided to react to this video. What a fucking gem.
Everything's just given to you like lean cuisine style. And the week I got off of it, I gained 10 pounds back because I had no idea how to eat real food on my own. So it's nice because with this, you really learn healthier habits.
I'm just going to insert something here so we can all remember together from her gastric bypass surgery video, because that's like a year after this.
No, I did WW last year. Was it last year at this point? I don't even know. I lost 50, gained back 70. It's nice because with this, you really learn healthier habits, and you can kind of bring them into just like your real life. Like eventually it just starts clicking in your head more.
How does anyone ever believe anything she says? Like, this is wild, you guys. It's so wild. It starts clicking in your head more. It creates healthy habits. It creates a lifestyle change. A little over a year later, she has gastric bypass. It's a good thing this isn't sponsored, and she may never be sponsored by Weight Watchers because of this. This is crazy.
Of what is cool to eat more of, and then what to kind of take portion control with. How do I track activity workouts? I do it on my Apple Watch. You can do, this is the best, like I love this. You can do so many different workouts and it will track your heart rate, your distance, your mile pace. Literally since I started, my resting heart rate has gone down to 60. My average mile pace with walking has gone down 2 minutes per mile. I've stopped snoring, my knees don't hurt.
She points out all of the same things every time she loses weight. Those are all of the same things. If these things bother you, why would you ever let yourself get back to a higher weight? But also, you just sound like a fucking broken record. We're going round and round and round, watching you gain and lose, and then you say the same shit at every fucking stage.
Like, I just feel so much healthier because I pretty much work out every day. Nothing too intense. I usually walk 2 to 3 miles, or I do a pool workout, or I do like 30 to 45, sometimes an hour on the elliptical, but I like working out every day more so for my mental health because then I just feel so much better and like I'm in a good mood. Have I noticed a difference in my grocery bill? No, I just basically have gotten into a routine. Like, you kind of just learn your favorites and like you're just swapping things out for healthier alternatives, because there's like a WW friendly version of pretty much everything. Like there's different bread, different meat. Like, you're just swapping things out. Like, my husband loves all the food that I cook, and it's all WW friendly. He loves that it like tastes really good, but it's just a different alternative version of it, but it still tastes amazing, but it's just healthier. Oh, next question. Do I cook separate meals for Yar? I do not. My favorite snack options, they will definitely be coming soon in a video because I have so many. I couldn't even say them all right now.
Wow. She has so many snacks, so many favorite snacks. She couldn't even say them all right now. That's fucking wild. And you wonder why you can't lose and keep the weight off.
I feel like this video is getting really, really long, but my WW staple faves is coming. Is it okay to use all of your smart points? Yes, I always use all my smart points and I still lose weight. Do you have any egg substitute recommendations? Because I have allergies. So you can do, it's called Just Egg, and it's 2 smart points for 3 tablespoons. So that's all the questions. If you guys have more questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll be sure to reply to them or do another video. Please subscribe for more. I hope this was helpful and informative. I'm so sorry this was long and I hope it wasn't all over the place. I just had so much information to relay because it's a lot, but genuinely it is easy. It's very doable. Just try it. Like, give it a month, see how you like it. Obviously not everything's for everyone, but you know, as someone who's struggled with her weight her whole life, this program is by far the most lifestyle change I have felt. I have seen so many nutritionists and dietitians hate toxic diet culture programs, but condone and really like WW. They say it's one of the best programs for gaining structure. And
I would absolutely love to know who these doctors are and know if they are affiliated in any way with Weight Watchers, if they've received any payments from anyone owning or controlling Weight Watchers. You know, who are these doctors? Because from what I can tell, Weight Watchers is not a sustainable program. It does not set you up to make a lifestyle change. It does not set you up to know what kind of food you are ingesting. It sets you up to count points, not macros. Points don't matter. They don't matter, okay? What matters are the macros. That's what drives your weight gain or weight loss, your macros and your activity level. Weight Watchers, from what I've seen, is not sustainable.
And to get healthier. So I really, really love it. I have a lot of experience with it. And I'm really passionate about it. So leave any questions down below. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.
Okay, I'm dying to hear from you guys on this one. Please leave your comments down below. I'm going to make a little short video like I do when I want to just, you know, clip a few things in. I am going to make a short video with her Weight Watchers stuff just because it's, guys, it's funny to me. It's so funny. Like, it's so sad and it's so frustrating because she's so deceptive and deceitful. And it's funny. Like, because it's coming out of her own mouth. So what is she going to say? What can possibly be the retort to this? The only way around this I can see is, you know, if the point system has drastically changed. Because, you guys, she's not 311 pounds. She's not. Oh my God. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Please leave your comments below. I'm dying to hear what you guys think about this one, what your thoughts are. Also, what your thoughts are about her going back on Weight Watchers. I know I did that other video. But yeah, seeing this and then, you know, knowing what we know in 2025, I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. But yeah, so I will catch you guys in another reaction coming very, very soon.